So, hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here. I'm Flying Pig here. Oh, crikey. With another little video for you. Just an update, the latest goings on in regards to Manchester United today. We're going to be covering it all in this video. Shout out to all the legends waiting in here patiently for me to get going. Sorry, just a little bit of updates coming through here. Had to get a couple of things set up so you guys can see the visuals on the screen. Takes me a min. Roshmano, what's going on there? Matthew Smith, Daryl, Marky Nurse. We've got Berber in here. Douglas McGampa, Chris Barker, The Hoff, Bristonian Mackham. Get in there, my son. Red Devil Yannick, RD Chico, Master Yoda, Conroy Schuller, DJ Fame, Erling Haaland, get out, mate. Maestro, Kojak's Football Shack, Nick Pendragon, David Hodgie, Sphinx Zoo, Jeanette Pugh, The Trooper, John O'Connor, and everybody else as well. Thank you very much for getting in the stream today, you bunch of legends. We're going to be covering all the United news today, so do us a favour at the start of this show. Smash that like button. Give it a raw, filthy like, and share it around all over on the social medias if you're that way inclined as well. That helps us out. Get yourself involved so you can chat and subscribe and have your say. We'll be getting in and out of the chat as we always do throughout the show. And then at the end of the video, we'll have a big Q&A as well. So do stick around for that. Good afternoon there, Red MC and Tim and Hiron, Vicious Binman, Phil Berry. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, my friend. Hope you're good too. Right, a bit tired, but waking up to the news that there's some good stuff happening at Manchester United today. Some very positive stuff. We heard last night, of course, we had the updates from David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano in regards to the news that Ronaldo was flying into Manchester. And he is in Manchester. And there he is, Cristiano Ronaldo rocking up at Carrington, dudes. There he is, George Mendes, Ronaldo there for crunch talks. That's what's going on. So Ronaldo could well be staying. We're waiting some sort of like official announcement or confirmation from anybody really, whether it's the player, the club, or anybody really. So but it's expected. I mean, it's positive. I think that Cristiano Ronaldo is more likely to stay than go, unless these talks are just to completely dead off the chance of staying at United and just to quite clearly break up with Manchester United and Ten Hag in as formal a way as possible, while still keeping his head down, training, and if there's another bid coming in, that may be the case, but we don't know. It's probably more likely that he's staying at United. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of that, much interest in him from top clubs around Europe, and Cristiano Ronaldo is contracted at Manchester United until next year. There's also an option for another year. So, yeah, it's not the ideal scenario for Cristiano Ronaldo with the lack of Champions League football, but he's still a Man United player, and I'm glad that he's come back. This is obviously positive. Look, maybe he just can't give a toss about pre-season anymore, guys. You ever think about that? He's 37 now. Does he really give a toss about pre-season? He's a fucking goat. He could just turn up and smash it in on the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, does he care? He's doing like the old Brett Favre thing. Just don't give a toss. And there's no, I don't know, like some pre-season. There's no pre-season. He's just rocking up now. I think that's what it is. He's just taking an extended break. That's all. The World Cup's coming up. He's just had a newborn child and stuff, spending time with the family. That's what it's all about, guys. Now he's here to do the business and smash in 30 goals this season for us. Sorry, I just spat everywhere there. Jamie Wayne, what's going on? Expose the Glazers, says Berber. Absolutely. Can we get some hashtag Glazers out in there for these toss bags? Look at this transfer window so far, in all fairness. Even if Ronaldo stays, that's great. But how's about the fact that the midfield's still got Scott McTominay and Fred in it? That is absolutely unacceptable. That's absolutely unacceptable. James Smith, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? So lots and lots of good stuff coming out of Manchester today, because it's not just Cristiano Ronaldo that is at the club. It's also Eriksen and Lisandro Martinez arriving together like a couple of members of the Men in Black here. Check this out. It's pretty cool. So we got these guys rocking up also, which is absolutely fantastic. We had an update from Fab this morning, which just clarified the situation with Ronaldo, saying Ronaldo will meet Erik Ten Hag to discuss about his future. United insist he's not for sale, while Cristiano wants to go. Mendes still pushing MUFC. So I think it's pretty clear, folks, that really, if we don't have to sell this guy, if he isn't going there to have these crunch talks and say, I'm definitely not playing for you guys anymore, then I feel like he's going to be playing with us this season. Let's have a little vote in the live chat. Thank you, Phil Berry. He says, love your optimism. Let's have a little vote in the live chat. Let's smash a cheeky little stay or go in the live chat. Do you believe he goes this summer in the end, or does he indeed stay at Man United? He's in Manchester now. They're having talks. They're having chats. Sir Alex Fergie's going to get an arm round him. You know, just saying. There's obviously some discussion about whether or not he's going to stay or go. But I think the reality is he's a United player and he has to honour his contract, especially if there's no other clubs that are coming in for him. And as we've said quite a few times, is that even if there is clubs in for him, we don't have to accept it unless it's a good offer that fits us and makes sense for us, i.e. it's a decent amount of money. Hey, Mike, thank you so much for getting in here with a $14 Aussie Dozzy Dollar Rooska super chat, man. Thank you very much from Dan Under, bro. Let's get a good A, mate, in the live chat there for Mike. He says, I love you, pig, but you're too soft on Ronaldo, mate. If Liverpool or City had offered him a chance to play in the Champions League, he would have been off. Personally, I've lost respect for him, bro. Fair enough, mate. I mean, I don't know if he would have gone to those Premier League rivals and tarnished his legacy and reputation at United. I think you're probably right if Bayern or Real or one of those type of teams who have Champions League football abroad were interested. But I don't think that he would have gone to Chelsea or City. Surely he wouldn't have done that. Surely he wouldn't have done that. I don't think he would have done. I think he would have rather have gone for a move abroad personally. So, but no, maybe you're right. I mean, maybe you're right. I just think he would have too much of that reputation, that history with Manchester United to be doing that to us. I honestly don't think he would. I think he'd rather go and play for a different team abroad, even if it's a slightly shitter team, than do that to his legacy and his history at Man United. But then again, who knows? Maybe he is just a bit of a individualist, selfish guy. I mean, who knows? I mean, it does seem like it's all about sort of what he wants, but I understand what he wants because he deserves what he wants. He's the best, one of the best players in the world still at his age. He's only got a finite time left in the game, so he want to be playing in the top competitions. He wants to be playing at the top level. I totally understand it, to be fair. So, you know what? Although you say you've lost respect for him, I personally think I haven't lost any respect for him, to be fair. I'm going to be honest now. I'm a little bit annoyed that it happened 4 weeks into the transfer window when it was, sort of drip fed out that he wanted to leave. I was very annoyed about that because it was bad timing. We're trying to convince players to come and just the uncertainty that gives. But at the same time, I personally believe, and I could be wrong on this, but why would he do that a month into the transfer window and not at the start of the summer? I think it's related to the fact that United have no ambition in the summer transfer window, and he is trying to maybe send a message, but also he wasn't happy with the fact that this club's really not set up to compete and win things at the moment, and it still isn't. We might have added Malacia and Eriksen and Martinez, and these are good signings, but we still haven't got Jong. We still haven't got a good, proper right back maybe that can do the job that we need him to do under Ten Hag. Another midfielder would be nice. What about the centre-back positions? We've got a lot of injury-prone Melts and a human slab. It's a bit concerning. Like, we still got other problem areas in the team that if we had ambition, we could have sorted out. The Ronaldo's seen the lack of movement in the window, and after 4 weeks, he's gone, you know what? Fuck this. We're not going to win anything this season because I've got the bloody Slabo captain and me. Everybody else is the same personnel apart from we lost 6 players and we haven't strengthened. So I can see the frustration. I can feel the frustration. I feel it myself. The difference is that he expects the very, very best. And yeah, he probably does put his individual accolades and stuff ahead of his club on average. It seems like nobody else is prepared to come in for him, so he might have to stay. But I'm not going to begrudge him staying, in all fairness, just because, well, or going in that sense, because, he does deserve the top football, top football, Ronaldo stay, we will get 3rd this year and he will play Champions League next year, says Rennie Opdam. See, that's what I like to hear, yeah. I mean, Ronaldo's got a chance of winning the Europa League here, folks. He hasn't had that chance since he was 17. Come on, Cristiano. You've got 5 Champions League trophies. Who needs them, bud? What's the 6th one going to do? Come on. Get that Europa, son. Complete the collection. You can't say you're a true G until you completed all the collection. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding around. Obviously, the Champions League is just much better. that's the reality. Plus, he's got all the goals, all the records in the Champions League. He's got the most goals in the Champions League. So think about that. I mean, this is somebody that wants to still add to his record, and this season he's not going to be able to add to his record. By the way, thank you for the 200 legends that are in here right now. We've been going for 10 minutes. Thank you so much to everybody that's in here. You're a bunch of legends. Hit that thumbs up button if you just get in. We've got 75 likes. Let's get this sucker to 100. Nice one. Rushmano says, I really think it's 50-50 if he stays. George Mendes is a transfer master. Yeah, fair one. I mean, this is it, isn't it? His agent is still trying, well, that's the reports anyway, that he's still talking to other clubs, still trying to gauge interest from other clubs. There is a length of the transfer window left, let's be honest. So there is still a chance or a possibility that somebody would want to put a bid in for Cristiano. It doesn't seem like there's a whole host of clubs queuing up at the moment, and nobody has put in a bid right now. It does tell you a story that maybe clubs just don't see the value in it. He's 37. On paper, it doesn't actually make sense. In reality, I think it does, because he's still ridiculously good and still ridiculously fit condition-wise, so he can still play for a good couple of years, no problem, to a very, very high level. So, yeah, I think in Ronaldo, it doesn't really mean as much as signing a 37-year-old, but on paper, he's 37, he's on about $500,000 a week. You're going to have to pay 25 mil for him as well, even though he's 37, just because, well, United don't want to sell him. So because of those factors, it doesn't seem to be the most appealing transfer for a lot of clubs. Plus, a lot of these clubs will be aware of the fact that in 1 year's time, they can speak to Ronaldo and sign him, I believe. I mean, I think there is an option for another year. Does that have to be agreed upon by both parties at the time? I think it probably does. So because of that, you know, I mean, unless we've got the option solely to trigger an extension, I believe we don't know the inner workings of the contract, apart from that there is an option for an extra year. So, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo could well be going on a free next summer to one of these football clubs. So why would they want to pay 25 million right now necessarily, unless they're absolutely desperate for a striker? But in comes Bayern Munich, and things could change. That's the thing. It depends. There is still some of the transfer window left. Hey there, yeah, Mr. Garrett hoping Ronaldo stays. Me too, bud. His wages are a problem, says Rushy. That's it. I mean, there are reports that he'd be prepared to take a pay cut, though, and I think he would. He's the type of guy that's just looking to go somewhere where he's going to get a chance at winning some trophies, scoring a lot of goals, playing in a good team. Those are the most important things to him. Yeah, okay, money's nice. He's not going to go play for a Tuppence Halfpenny, but he is going to want to play in all the Premier competitions, and he'd probably take a hit of 100,000 a week in order to do so. I mean, he's not in it for the money, is he? Old Dirty Benjo, thank you very, very much for getting in here with your super chat, lad. He says, no, notorious PIG. Hey there, Old Dirty Benjo, thank you so much for that, pal. Can we get a sue in the live chat there for Old Dirty Benjo for the super chat? Thank you very much, my friend. Rushy says, we need a striker if Ronaldo stays or not. What a great comment that is. Yes, spot on. So, just as an option, because at the moment we have got a few options that can play there, but if we do get one or two injuries, we're pretty lightweight in either the wing position or the forward position. I mean, if Ronaldo doesn't play a game, Martial can go in there, and that's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. It's pretty good. I mean, he's a good player, isn't he? And he's shown in pre-season maybe he can have a good season, but it's a big if. He is inconsistent. So, but we've also got Rashford who can pop up there. Again, he's not a perfect number 9 for you, but he can score you some goals, and he's a good option up there. You could even chuck Sancho up there, I suppose. So there are some things you can do, but really you don't want to weaken your winger area if you have to strengthen the striker position. So you've got to bring somebody in, Anthony, or an actual proper out-and-out striker as well. Nice. Kate Cadet, thank you very much for getting in here, man. With your super chat, lad, he says, Ronaldo to win the Premier League Golden Boot, pig. Get in there, Kate Cadet. Suey. Man, thank you, Kate. Dude, I agree with you. I'm with you 100%, bud. If Ronaldo stays and he plays 30 games, which I think he will, he's going to bang in 20-odd goals. He really will. 20-odd goals, 25 goals. Let's ask the chat, guys. How many goals does Cristiano Ronaldo score this season for Man United in the league? Yeah, I mean, 25 goals. I've been predicting it all summer long. They call me Mystic Pig because I predict these things. If he stays, he scores for days. That's it. If he gets the service this time around and the team under Ten Hag actually does perform to a good standard, and we start flowing and creating a lot of chances and feeding the striker like we didn't last year, then we should be absolutely fine. And Ronaldo should score a shitload of goals. 25 says the Hoff. 67 says Aaron. 27 says Phil Berry, the Hoff. Says 25. Weng Fan says 24. The Trooper says, don't forget his assists. Okay, well, he only got a couple of assists or a few assists last season, but he will get some assists as well. 30 says United Tonight Die. 20 says Daryl. 25 says Dizzy Red Devil. 20 plus says Chris Koo. I think everybody is confident he's going to get 20 plus goals, which will put him in contention for the Golden Boot. Absolutely caking it. So he'll probably get 25, or if he doesn't get 25, he'll get 22 or somewhere around there. I mean, he literally got 18 in that gash-tastic Ole Gunnar Solskjaer Wally Gunnar Solskjaer, let's be honest, because at the end of Ollie's reign, it was absolutely dreary and pathetic. And then Ralphie Rangnick team, he managed to get 18 goals in that gash season. Plus, he arrived slightly later in the season. A couple of games have already gone. So Cristiano Ronaldo with the whole season is probably going to win the Golden Boot, yeah. I mean, it'll be between some of the usual suspects again, I imagine. I think even, say, Haaland probably will be in contention this year because he's at City. They'll create a lot of chances for him. He is a natural goal scorer, and he's a bit of a beast, isn't he? I don't like him one bit, but he's a very, very good striker. He might be in contention. Salah will be in contention, Son, Kane, these guys will all be all the usual suspects. But I think Cristiano Ronaldo is going to trump them all, yeah. And you think about how the team might play with Ronaldo. A lot of people saying, can we play with Cristiano Ronaldo? He's not pressing from the front, blah, blah, blah. No, I mean, if he's just up the top and he's on the last man, we're going to give him a lot of chances and he's going to be scoring the majority of our goals when he's playing. There will be, of course, other players scoring, but I think the emphasis will be to just get Cristiano in the danger zone. So he will get lots of chances. He will score lots of goals. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. United today scores for himself, and that will please us. That's it. He cares about scoring goals. That's for sure. If he's playing, he'll be committed. Merchant says to think about it. We only spent 55 million this year so far. Yeah, that's right, and that's euros as well. Merchant, shocking, isn't it? I know. What a pathetic transfer window so far, pal. Eriksen on a free, Malacia for 15, but we saw Andreas Pereira, 55 on Martinez. That's all we've done, mate. Shocking, isn't it? Shocking. Rate the transfer window out of 10, peeps. It's still 2 or 3 out of 10 for me. It's a really poor window. We had a lot of players leave. We haven't strengthened enough. We've got some good squad players in. We've got Martinez in, which improves the actual start 11, I think, straight away. But the other players, they're going to have to fight their way in. So it's good. Yeah, added a bit of good depth and a good bit of quality in a couple of positions, but still many bad positions in the team. Farabi Fan says 5, Chris says 3, George says 4. Yeah, Master says 3. Dan, thank you so much for the super sticker there, Dan. I really appreciate it, my friend. Get in there. Let's get a Sui in there. He's got a thumbs up super sticker in the live chat. I think that means drop a like on the video. Benjamin Bessemer with a £2 super chat as well. He says, afternoon, mate. I'm praying that Eric gets CR7 back. Thank you, Benjamin Bessemer. Spot on, dude. Yeah, that's it. We've just got to hope that they can have these crunch talks and come to a good conclusion. There is still, I guess, a possibility that Ronaldo reaffirms that he wants to leave and that they're having these discussions. And there's still, even after if he commits to United this season, there's still a small possibility that another football club could come in and turn his head if Bayern or someone was to lodge a bid towards the end of the transfer window. It's unlikely, but if they did, then he may still well go even after today. But the point is, he's here. The point is, he's now here, and the talks begin, and hopefully they'll be able to sort of reassure him that we are looking to win some things this season. It's very unlikely because it's Ten Hag's first season, it's a progress season. But if we have ambition in this window with the rest of the window, let's say we did sign De Jong, let's say we did move 1 or 2 players on as well and sign 1 or 2 more. Why not, eh? Why not get a cheeky little Denzel Dumfries in there, or an Anthony or somebody just to add into it as well as getting De Jong. The De Jong deal is not even 100%, but let's just hope that we do get De Jong. He would be a great addition. We're working on him. That's Ten Hag's guy. So we've got to hope that he comes in. But if those players come in, maybe Ronaldo will be convinced that we can do something. But right now, the squad is a little bit gash. Seth Backrow, thank you very much for your highlight and member comment and for being a member of the channel for 1.5 years, pal. Get in there. Thank you so much, Seth Backrow. Seriously, for supporting the channel for 18 months. Channel member legend. Come on. Let's get a cheeky little Bacon Brigade emoji in there for Seth Backrow. Thank you very much for being a channel member all that time. He says, Ronaldo stays and we get De Jong, we win the Prem. Well, okay, listen, you need a really good spine. So the spine is still a little bit, I don't know, hunchbacked, if you ask me. We've still got some serious vertebrae issues in this spine. And, Harry Maguire is basically like a missing vertebrae. So that's the problem. Certain issues in the team. But look, if you did get De Jong, somebody in the middle who can control things, you got Ronaldo up top who's banging them in. And, okay, Varane, let's hope he can stay fit. Martinez is coming in. Let's hope he's going to be playing a lot in the defence, in my opinion, hopefully. So, you've got these guys coming in there. It could be some improvements there, but are we really ready? Are we really ready to do anything like win the Premier League? I mean, it's very unlikely because look at those other teams. They've had time to build. They're much further ahead. They're years ahead in terms of their rebuilding, their building. City and and Liverpool, these sorts of teams, they are much further ahead. So Ten Hag's just come in. We have to be realistic with our expectations, but you just never know. We could surprise a few people. But if we actually had owners who weren't completely gash, because the Glazers are the reason why we probably will not finish with a trophy this season, or we probably will not be able to win the league. It's because of them, because if they were the proper owners that we should have, they would have probably added about, I don't know, 3 more players already by now, because they'd have looked at the squad and looked how far away we are off first place and decided, you know what, we really do need to add some quality and strength in this transfer window. 200 million, bish bash bosh, done and dusted. Now we've got 6 new quality players and we're ready to have a new era. But unfortunately, they haven't done that yet. They've only net spent 55 million euros, which is shocking, which is absolutely shocking. So they could have added another midfielder. Tielemans available, apparently. They could have added a right back, and they could have sold a right back. They could have sold 1 or 2 of our gash defenders and added another centre back. Why not get 2 centre backs this season? Why not? Varane's injury prone, Bailly's injury prone, Slabby's a human fridge, Phil Jones has got no bones, and you've got Lisandro Martinez. Cool. Sounds like we need another centre back if you ask me. So this guy might be playing at CDM anyway. Not good enough, is it, folks? Whichever way you look at it, it's just not good enough. Even if we do get Jong, that's great, but it makes it a good window then. I think it does, because he's an actual quality player who can maybe change the trajectory of your team, because he's somebody that, with Ten Hag and the style and everything, can implement it well. They can start playing some really good controlling football, hopefully, and he can start getting us away and get us playing good stuff out from the back. But unless we do get him, and unless we get 1 or 2 others, it's an absolutely crap average, bang average window, which will leave us still wanting lots more players to be able to compete with the top teams. Because look at City, for fuck's sake, guys. Look at City's depth. God, Pep collects wing-backs like they're going out of fashion. Cucurella as well, added Haaland for Pete's sake. So they won the league, added Haaland, they're going after more players. They got Galactico team, they got already lots of players in a lot of positions and lots of depth. Much more than Man United have. So that's just terrible. How are we expecting to compete with those teams when they actually technically have just got better parts to their machine? That's the problem. You're asking a lot from Erik ten Hag to get him to dislodge City or Liverpool at the moment, because their teams are just better. They've just got a better players in them at the moment in more positions. Not to say that United don't have great players. Bruno on his day is just as good as anybody. Cristiano Ronaldo, Varane, fucking 4 times Champions League winner for Pete's sake, World Cup winner. These guys are good players. David De Gea, one of the best keepers in the world. There's some good players in there, but there's not enough of them. And a lot of these other teams do have a lot of good players. And so they're already got a head start, because they've just got more depth. They're able to be able to field different teams that have extra quality. That's the problem. Man United might have a really good starting 11 by the end of this transfer window, but 1 or 2 injuries, and all of a sudden you've got Scott McTominay coming in the midfield. All of a sudden, you've got Phil No Bones Jones coming on the pitch. It's just not good enough. Hey, Vincent Bullock, thank you, Vincent. He says we got 126 likes. Get to them, my son. We're on the road to 150. Let's be having you. Do take a second to smash that like button if you're just getting in here, folks, and boost us up the old YouTube algorithm and help us compete with those clickbait wankers and corporation channels. Smash that like, and also hit that subscribe if you're new. Get yourself involved in the chat. Say hello. We want to hear from you. Yo, what's going on? 0793, great to see you, bud. Benjamin says, I'd love it if we could trade Aaron Wan-Bissaka for Max Cornet from Mark Goldbridge's favourite club. He's going to be cheaper and he fills an array of positions that would be brilliant. Fair enough, Benjamin. Interesting shout, but I mean, it's, I guess, I mean, there's a lot of different positions we need to strengthen. Wan-Bissaka is a concern, so that would be a good idea, but I mean, isn't he a left back? Madhouse says, Piggy, Malacia, Martinez, Eriksen, then De Jong and Anthony, but we're still useless, says Madhouse. Okay, so if we got all of those players in, we would be better than we are now. I think that's fair to say, but we'd still be some considerable distance away from having the quality that like a team like City does right now. There is a reason why they're winning the league. They've got one of the greatest coaches around at the moment, and they've also got one of the greatest squads. So you combine those two things and that equals success. Man United hopefully now have got one of the greatest, aspiring coaches in the game. Could be the next one of those sorts of guys if all things go well at United based on sort of what he's done at Ajax. His progression's good. But the squad isn't there at all. I mean, we do have a Europa League standard squad overall. let's just be honest, let's be real and say it how it is. It's a Europa League standard squad. There is some Champions League standard players in there, but based on where we finished, the fact that we are in the Europa League, I think we have to say right now, it's just not improved enough to say we are a good standard, as good as those top teams. We aren't. The squad isn't up to it. And it's sad to say, but it's the truth. Westy05, thank you very much for getting in here, bud, with your super chat, dude. He says Renato Sanchez is another player we should sign. Westy05, great comment there, bud. Definitely. Why the hell not? Why aren't we signing exciting players like this? Quality midfielders, quality players. We've seen, to be fair, we have seen some good players come in. I'm not slagging off the Eriksen or the Malacia signing, but we're not seeing enough of them. And Jong's still yet to come in, so it's just a complete stall at the moment. We're not seeing any real improvement. Like there's got to be another big signing this summer as well. Like we've got to get Anthony, or we've got to go and get another option right back. So so thank you so much there, Westy04, for the super chat there, bud. But yeah, definitely there's a bunch of different options. I mean, the midfield, there should be a bevy of options for us. We could go and get Tielemans, we could go and get Ruben Neves, we could go and get Sangare, Lema. Looking, you just said as well, Renato Sanchez. I mean, some of them are more realistic than others, but at the same time, there's definitely players out there we could look to bolster them that midfield. And there's players at United we can sell. There's actually no good reason not to sell a lot of these players, folks. Like, so we've got interest from apparently Brighton in Brandon Williams. That's 15 million. He's not really going to play for us. I think he's a good young prospect, but is he really going to play for us? Maybe sell him back with an option to buy back at some point in the future. Makes sense. Apparently, Eric Bailly has got very serious interest from Roma at the moment. Jose Mourinho looking to rekindle that relationship with Bailly after that famous Europa League win when him and Zlatan were just chilling and laughing, But Roma have apparently moved for the possibility of bringing in Eric Bailly. Apparently, they want an option of a loan, but with the right of redemption. There is a possibility that happens, guys. But it's now on sort of Roma to agree a deal, obviously, to try and, if they really want him, they've got to pay a decent bit of cash to United for him. I think we should keep Eric Bailly, personally, guys. What do you think? Keep or sell? But really, I think we should keep him and sell everybody else in defence apart from Varane and Martinez pretty much, and then sign another centre-back. That's really how we get a quality centre-back pairing. Right now, we don't sort of have it. We don't have enough of the players in there who are fit enough, often enough, to say that we've got a good enough defence to be like, one of the best in the league. It's just not really realistic. But that is the case there, folks, anyway. There are teams that are interested in our players. We could sell Wan-Bissaka. You could even sell Dalot. You could sell Phil Jones. You could sell Lindelof. You could sell Bailly. You could sell Harry Maguire. Please, Lord, take Harry off our hands. That sounded a bit wrong, actually. I didn't mean that. I meant some other football team come in and take him off our hands. That's what I meant. I meant another football team. Liam H, thank you so much for getting in here with a super chat, my friend. He said, we knew it would take more than one season to rebuild, but we should have at least 5 in and 5 out. Anything else means our first team is half gash and our squad is full of gash or too young. That's a really good comment as well, Liam. I sort of have to agree that it's a proper rebuild. This one, he says, we know it's going to take more than one season to rebuild. So you're right, it's a rebuild season. Our expectation should not really be to compete with the top teams, but we should still have the ambition to give the manager the tools to do as good a job as he can, and maybe to challenge and compete and maybe win a trophy, maybe, have an easier job of getting qualified for the Champions League as well. Just add some quality players in the positions that we're lacking. But Liam H, thank you so much for that. But I agree, there's a lot of good youngsters in this team, but a lot of them aren't quite ready yet. There's a lot of players who have had a bad season and are still maybe a little bit lacking confidence, or maybe still a little bit doubtful that they're capable of putting in a really excellent season. Maybe Martial, Rashford, Bruno, maybe these guys will put in an excellent season. I think they can't do any worse than last year, to be fair. But let's hope that it is a much better season from all of these guys, because it sort of needs to be. If we're to have a successful season with the current squad, we need all those bottlers from last season to actually turn up, because we haven't strengthened enough of the team in the window. Good morning there, Angus Gallagher from New Zealand. I hope you're good, bud. Indeed. Vincent says, the Lord knows what you mean, Pig. So I just hope that we could sell Harry Maguire. It's unlikely, and it probably will won't happen. I think he's like Phil Jones 2.0, where he's just priced out the market because nobody wants him for sort of anywhere near what we paid, or also the the amount of wages that he's on. That's the problem. But still, though, he is a good player that maybe some teams would want. But we're not going to talk about that because I don't think it's very realistic. It's a dream of mine that Harry Maguire gets sold back to Leicester or maybe loaned out to Kettering Town with an option to buy. But it's probably unlikely. Let's just talk about this for a second, guys, because this is good news. These aren't good news signings. Look at these Dons rolling up in Carrington there. Christian Eriksen and Lisandro Martinez. Can we get a woo in the live chat, please? Because this is good news. Let's not be too sour. I mean, it is a bad window. We haven't done enough yet. We are lacking behind the top teams, but these are a couple of good signings right here, guys. Christian Eriksen on a free, great bit of business. Will provide extra depth and quality up there. Definitely could challenge Bruno, maybe for a starting spot. And how's about Lisandro Martinez? 24 years of age, the butcher of Argentina. He's prepared to step over dead bodies to stop you scoring a goal, apparently. So this guy is definitely somebody that I like his attitude and what we've seen from him so far. He is an aggressive player. He is a robust player. He is a skillful player as well. He can play out from the back well. So I think we've got a couple of really, really good players here. We have only spent 55 million on this guy. Maybe it's a little bit, that's euros as well, but it's a little bit more maybe than he's actually sort of worth, but sometimes you've got to pay just a touch more to get the player and convince the club to sell. That's what we did. We also didn't spend heavily elsewhere at all. 15 mil on the Malacia, already recouped that from the Andreas Pereira sale, and then Eriksen on a free. They've done great business so far, but they haven't done enough good business in all fairness. We've still got that Jong situation unresolved, and then there's other players that we definitely need to look at getting in as well, because, well, we definitely need a forward, some sort of forward to play either at striker, on the wing, to help us out, score some goals. We also need a right back, I think, because I don't think Wan-Bissaka or Dalot give you enough of what we need in all departments. They're good at certain aspects, but they're not overall good enough. And then the midfield is a big problem area for us. Donny could be good, but at the moment he looks pretty bang average. Scotty McTominay's absolutely shot away, and he's not good enough. He's had 3 really bad seasons now, piss poor. Fred is good. He's a good squad player, but he's not great. De Jong would be a fantastic addition, but he's not here yet. So we've got to do some business, folks. What a shit window so far. But I am happy about Christian Eriksen and Lisandro Martinez, so get in there. Let's everybody rate the signing of Christian Eriksen out of 10 really quickly then. What do you think in terms of that deal? I think it's a very good positive signing. And then, Martinez is not as good because we paid a little bit of money and it remains to be seen. But he's still a very high-rated signing, I think. I've got to give I'll give Christian Eriksen a 9.5 out of 10. And I'm going to give Lisandro Martinez a 7 out of 10. 7, maybe an 8, because he's versatile and Ten Hag knows him. Let's see if he's ready for the rough and ready of the Premier League. He is only a short man. I think he's like 5'7", isn't he? So in terms of is he going to be playing at centre-back in the Premier League and being able to do it? There are some question marks there, but I hope so. And even not, he could play as central defensive midfielder. He's obviously done that a lot for Ten Hag, so it's a great signing also. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that Lisandro's an 8.5. Mark Nurse, Gungshi says 8. And Eriksen as well. They're all 8s and 10s pretty much for both of these guys. 7 says United Forever. Everybody's happy about these signings, so can't really fault either of them. The only problem I don't like is that we don't have enough of them. But definitely good quality signings there, Christian Eriksen and Lisandro Martinez. Also, a bit of an update here on when we could see some of these guys. So we've got an update from Rich Fay that says that Christian Eriksen could feature in Manchester United's friendly against Wrexham on Wednesday. So we've got a behind the closed doors friendly set up against Wrexham, right? So it's not televised or anything like that. Pretty sure it's just behind the closed doors, but just an extra warm-up game for some of these senior players who sort of haven't had enough games. So that's what's going on, folks. I wonder if Ryan Reynolds will be in attendance, dude. I don't know. But Christian Eriksen could feature in that game. Will be nice to see him play. We won't be able to see him play, but nice to know that he's played and had a little bit of a tune-up game. And we'll hopefully see some of these guys in the games we've got at the end of the month as well against Rayo Vallecano and Atletico Madrid. Martinez in a booster seat in the car, says says Richie's DIY fish room. Do you reckon that's what it is? He's in a booster seat. Josh Lee, thank you so much for the super chat, mate. He says, you missed my first super chat, so here's another. Oh, Josh Lee, I'm so sorry, mate. What an absolute melter I am. Let's get a hashtag melter in the live chat for me there. Sorry about that, Josh Lee. Oh, I've just scrolled up and seen it, pal. I'll read that one now as well. Thank you very much, Josh. He says, the board will save loads of money this summer. Yeah, definitely. Over, I think they're saving about $1 million a week, aren't they? Let's just do the math. 300,000 on Pogba. 200,000 on Mata, that's $500,000 a week right there. 100,000 on Jesse, that's 600k. I think Cavani was probably on 200 plus, 250 maybe. I mean, he's signed on a free and he's a big name player, probably 200, 700. Then Lee Grant, 14 grand off. No, what was he on? 30 grand. Not a lot, but whatever he was on. Add that up, that's £750,000 a week these guys are saving. That is £3 million a month. That's £36 million a year that they've saved. Just by them players going in the summer transfer window. Quick maths. So you know, think about that. Rushmano says we've got 157 likes. That is brilliant, guys. Thank you, every one of you, for dropping that like button. If you're just getting the stream, keep smashing that like button. Also, hit the subscribe if you're new to the show. We're on here every day with all the latest updates. Get yourself involved. 500k on Ronaldo, says Jose Luis Coelho. Yep, fair point. I mean, but that was still there last season as well. Melter at the moment. Yeah, Pogba is injured, Kate. Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't laugh, should we? But Pogba's got some sort of injury. I think it might be reasonably serious. I'm not too sure. But we'll see about that. I think he's having scans and further assessments of the situation there, bud. But I do believe Pogba's injured, yeah. Sorry, I'm only laughing because Juventus have just signed him back and they need him. And he's fucking injured and they're stitched. But anyway, he's twisted an eyelash pig, says Kangshi. Maybe so, maybe so. So Eriksen could feature against them. That's great. Let's just give you an update on Frankie de Jong very quickly, and then we'll just get back onto Ronaldo for anybody that's just getting in the stream that wants a bit more info on this. And we're waiting to see if there's any more updates that come out as well throughout this live show. So in regards to de Jong, so this is the latest on de Jong. We're not going to talk a lot about de Jong because it's not really progressed that much further. But Fabrizio quoted as saying that Frankie de Jong never had an intention to take a pay cut to stay at Barcelona. At the moment, there is no intention on the player and his agent's side to accept a pay cut. And this was communicated by his agent to Barcelona 2 weeks ago. So, you know, that is still the situation, really. He doesn't want to take a pay cut. He's not going to take a pay cut. They've offered him a pay cut, but he's not going to take the pay cut. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully that's the case. They still owe him a lot of cash, don't they? And also, Fabrizio also confirmed that, you know, he can confirm that the agreement between Man United and Barcelona for Frankie de Jong is still there for more than 10 days now. The fee is 75 plus 10 million euros. And that is the situation. So that is still, they haven't just completely deaded it off. The agreement's still there. They're still waiting on technicalities to be taken, to be finished, such as paying the guy the money that they owe him. And obviously Barcelona are completely awful for the way that they're going about this transfer. But that's what it is. It's just a delay because of that. But the agreement is still there. De Jong's not expected to take a pay cut. If he does take a pay cut, then he's insane, isn't he? He's being treated awfully there. He's literally having the piss taken out of him, guys. To be honest, they're not owing him the money that they pay him. And they actually are going out there in the transfer window signing lots and lots of players. And at the moment, I mean, we've got reports to say that they still can't register players. So there's a report here from Marca, which does say that according to Marca, Barcelona need to sell players and reduce their wage bill before they can register any of their new arrivals. So we talked about the salary cap, we talked about the issues that they face in La Liga and their financial situation, and it seems like they are absolutely pretty in need of getting rid of players right now. Otherwise, they're going to struggle to register players such as, you know, Rafinha, Lewandowski, these sorts of guys. I mean, that's what is being reported anyway by Marca, that they need to sell players to reduce their wage bill before they can register any new arrivals. So, I mean, that is a pretty clear message that I would think is being sent there, that they sort of have to sell somebody like Frankie de Jong because he's on 350k a week and he's obviously an asset which they can get good money for up front as well. And they have had quite an outlay this summer. I mean, they spent pretty crazily for a club that's $1 billion in debt. They've spent pretty damn crazily. Okay, they might have sold some TV rights off, but still you'd think they'd try and rein it in a little bit. But there you go. They're pushing him out of the door, and de Jong is going to be caught by Ten Hag at Manchester United. That's the plan anyway. There's still a small chance this guy just pledges allegiance to Barca, but what a crazy individual he would be if that's the case. Because they're buying players when they owe him cash. They're suggesting he takes a pay cut when they're buying new players cash. I mean, do they expect Lewandowski to take a pay cut as soon as he's come in? It's not going to happen, is it? But why are the current players getting treated like absolute shite? So from De Jong's point of view, he's being kicked out the door there. And it's just a case of playing the waiting game now. They've got to resolve their issues between the club and player. We can only do so much. We can't do any more than what we've done now. We haven't even really got a green light for discussing personal terms with the player. That's not happened yet. So it's still going to take a little bit of time for this one, folks. It's very much gonna still be a saga, I think. And look, there you go. Transfers _ MUFC. Sorry, transfers _ UTD on Twitter there. And this is via Marca as well, basically saying the same thing, that Barcelona must make economic room for Koundé, Rafinha, Lewandowski. Otherwise, they can't register them in time. Time is ticking there, folks. So what's that about? What's that about? I mean, they're going to have to sell players in order to register their new players that they sign. Frankie de Jong's one of the players that needs to be sold. So the chances of him coming to Manchester United are ever increasing at the moment. But still, there is an outside chance that he just does the unknown and the unbelievable thing by sticking and staying at Barcelona, even though they're treating him like shite. Hey there, 11 Ken, what's going on, bud? Cody Martin says Barca are not hiding it. They want him out. Spot on, yep. They're treating him pretty poorly. They're offering him to play. They're saying that he needs to play at centre-back. Now, Xavi has obviously had that instruction from above, and they're making him play a centre-back in pre-season and stuff, guys. What a clear message that's sending. And he said that he's a key player, but there's an economic and a financial fair play issue. They've got to register their players. They've got a salary cap. Somebody's got to go. They're looking to get rid of other players as well. Westy05, thank you for another super chat. He says, Barca is literally clueless. Just pay your players their full pay, not a pay cut. Spot on, mate. I know. It's only because of how poorly they were run previously. You know, Bartomeu oversaw an absolute shit show of financial issues at the football club. So I watched a video on it the other day, and, you know, just a couple of years ago, they're 1.3 billion in debt. 1.3 billion in debt, but they had a really great revenue of almost $1 billion a year, you know. So it's actually shocking that they were in that much debt, and it's shocking that they weren't able to manage that debt better. But interest rates and things like that's just absolutely crippled them for many years. But they were still, you know, bringing in huge amounts of money. Then the COVID pandemic hit, and their revenue gets cut by like a third. And so they're now you know, huge, but there's still their huge interest rates and everything are still there. So they've been affected by the fact that they did have a drop off. So that was really what the case of why they're so gash financially, guys, is because they were run so poorly previously. They mortgaged themselves left, right, and centre, and now they're just trying to mop up for it. But still, whilst at the same time having ideas above their station, in the sense of they're going out there and signing huge name players on huge money, £300,000 or £400,000 a week. Some of these players are on that they sign in. It's unbelievable. They're going out there and making huge signings, even though they're still in financial situation. So it is very poor. It doesn't quite add up, to be honest with you, Westy. They are clueless, but they can't pay their players the top money because they're in so much debt, and that's why they asked their players, obviously, to take a pay cut, because, well, they were in so much financial debt because of the COVID pandemic cut their revenue. So that's why. But it's just piss poor planning, piss poor performance, poor management from them financially, which has caused this situation in the first place. Kate Cadet says, I reckon if we throw in a windmill and a couple of Dutch waffles and De Jong signs. Maybe so, mate. We're going to have to do it. Buy his mum and dad a house. Angus Gallagher, thank you so much for getting in with your super chat as well, pal. He says, I'm a Liverpool fan, but love your work, and I've watched you since the Moyes days. Would love to have a pint with you, mate. Mate, thank you so much to Angus Gallagher, mate. He's a fucking scouser. Nah, you're all right by me, son. Thank you very much, Angus Gallagher. I know you've been around here a long time. Top man. And appreciate you watching, even though you're a scouser, man. Guys, let's get a cheeky little sue in the live chat there. Appreciate that one, Angus. Thank you so much for watching from New Zealand as well, man. Rush Mano says, subscribe to the channel. That's right. If you're new, drop a little sub bomb on the subscribe button there. Susan Lively Sue, how are you doing today? Says, I think De Jong will come, and it's all about what he's owed, what his holiday and everything. Yeah, so, yeah, you're right. It's about what he's owed, isn't it? They clearly want him gone. He must be feeling pretty disgusted about how he's being treated. So I think you're right. They clearly want him gone. I think it will happen, guys. Let's have a little vote in the live chat. Does De Jong stay or does De Jong go? Now that we're progressing a little bit more in this transfer window and the saga's continuing, what's your thoughts today? I think he's going to go, guys. Come on. They don't want him. They've got to register players. That's the problem they've got. He's on big money. They've got to make way for some players. Xavi's playing him at centre-back. They're forcing him out. It's a no-brainer, really. He's gone. Although Phil Berry says stay, go says Leak Gamer, stay says MG, stay says Vincent, go says Tad Bakes, go says United Tactical Talk, Trooper says stay, Azarol says go, G-Wolf United Gaming, what's going on there, my Don? He says, De Jong signs. Go says Duncan Beliefo. He's playing DeLong games, says Ryan. Does he stay or does he go now, says Chris Ryan. Susan says stay. Aaron says go. Oh, thank you very much for that, Aaron. Yeah, great shout there, my friend. He's put a link to my tweet in there. I'll just take a moment to say, if you're not following me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, where there's places you can do, at Flying Pig United. But here is the link to my tweet, actually, from Aaron. So what I'll do is I'll just pin that to the top of the live chat. Do us a big favor, actually. And do us a big favor. Click that link at the top there. Does that take you to the actual tweet? I don't know. But thank you for that, Aaron. Maybe you can go and retweet the tweet. In fact, I will follow back everybody that retweets the show. Just help us spread it out there a little bit. Every little helps in regards to getting a new viewer or two. So somebody test the link and tell me if it works, because I can't test it. But I think it's the correct link to this show. So please give it a follow. Please give it a share and smash a cheeky little retweet on it. Nice one. Hey there, Naz786. What is good, my friend? Thank you very much for getting in here. Yeah, Fire Up says we've got 60.9k subscribers now. I know, man, we hit 60.9 late last night. Shout out to every single one of the legends that's been subscribed for a long time and all the new peeps as well. On our way to 61k. If you're new, hit the subscribe. Help us get there. We might even be able to do it today or tonight. Who knows? When is our next friendly, says the Kate Cadet. Right, okay. So we got a behind the closed door friendly there, Kate Cadet, on Wednesday, I believe it is, against Wrexham. So just a chance for some of these players perhaps to have a run out who haven't featured so far. Christian Eriksen's been touted as possibly featuring in it, etc. So there'll be some games, some warm-up games for these players against, well, just one against Wrexham. And then there's, of course, the two that we've got at the end of the month, but they're consecutive days. So most players aren't going to be playing in both of those games, I don't think. And if they do, it'll just be for 30 minutes here, 45 minutes there type thing. I don't think they'll be playing any consecutive days or anything. So, yep. So we still got a couple of tune-up games before the season starts proper on the 7th of August against Brighton. What's up there, Ted Zavala? How are you doing, my friend? Maguire in or out, says Dan McGill. What? You what? obviously Slabo out, back to Costco, my friend. No, but he is bang average, isn't he? But hey, look, he's Ten Hag's captain right now. Let's get behind him. Let's get behind the human slab. What? I can't, guys. I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't get behind him, folks. We'll see if he can change my mind. It looks like Ten Hag's going to be playing Slabo Maguire. It looks like he's going to be playing with him. So we shall see. We shall see how he does. If he performs to a good standard and does really well this season, fair play to him. So he bloody well should do. But also, fair play to him. And I have to just accept that he's now a good player under Ten Hag. But the actual reality of that happening is minuscule, my friends. Might as well stick me in there at centre back. I've probably got more potential. You know what I mean? So, but in all fairness, no, look, okay, he's a good player, yada, yada, all the rest of it. Don't see him working in a Ten Hag system personally. But if he does and he does well, I have to shut my trap then, won't I? I have to start backing him then, won't I? But as it is right now, I will stick to my guns that he is a mid-table standard Premier League player. He is a good player, but he's a mid-table standard Premier League player, not a top player like that should be Man United's captain. I could probably back that up pretty easy, really, because, well, he's like 28 and he's never won a fucking trophy for anybody, guys. So he's got no track record of winning or being successful in any way. It's just a relegation merchant. 0 degrees. Thank you so much for getting in here with your super chat, lad. He says, club is a shell of itself. While players are begging to go to City and Liverpool, we are begging for a player to join. He doesn't want us. Why do we need him? But 0 degrees, though, it's not, I wouldn't take it personally, the fact that he doesn't want to leave Barca. He likes it there. He's happy there. He loves the club. He wants to stay. He's getting paid a lot to play for Barca. He's happy there. So I wouldn't take it personally. He doesn't want to come and join Man United, in all fairness. And it's not ideal. We want somebody who's like full-blooded, committed, desperate to play for Man United. That's what we want in an ideal world. But it's not an ideal world, but we could get an ideal player for Ten Hag's system if we can get him off of Barcelona. And Barcelona are keen to sell. They've got the agreement in place with Man United. They're keen to sell. So from that point of view, it's not necessarily the worst thing that we get him, even though he doesn't want to leave Barca, because once he's here, he's a Man United player. He's still going to want to be committed and try and win and try and, do the business for Ten Hag and the team. And he's still in this prime. He's still in the middle 20s. He's got many years left. He's not just going to want to bottle it. He still wants to play for club and country. He still wants to, go to the World Cup. And he's going to still be trying his absolute hardest every single match, I think. I mean, only time will tell. I probably thought maybe somebody like, Alexis Sanchez might do that as well, and they fucking didn't. But De Jong, though, he's different. I mean, he's 25. He's not just taking a big payday at the end of his career like that piano player and melt. He's actually, coming in here because, well, for a start, Barca don't want him. But then he's still got to have a full career now. And he's at a good club that he might view as only a good club. In reality, it's a great club and a top club and should be at the top with the Champions League teams. But it's not at the moment. But it is still a good club regardless. It's still got great reputation, great history, and it's huge. It's got huge support, and he'll get paid huge amounts of money. And next year, we can be in the Champions League. So it's a good option for him. That's it. He doesn't want to walk from Barcelona, but they're making him. So where's he going to go? He's got to go somewhere. What better place to go and play with Ten Hag? It's not ideal. I know that. He doesn't really, truly want to come. But once he's here, we've got ourselves a great player who's going to implement Ten Hag's system well, and that Ten Hag's going to enjoy having in the team. That's why we've been pursuing him all summer long. Baby, we did it! Break out the red panties. It's red panty night. We hit 200 likes, guys. God, if my neighbours are walking by, there must be what's going on in there. But hit that thumbs up button and let's get this sucker to 250. Nice one, everyone. Right, so I'm going to just cover the rest of the little bits of news, guys. Then we're going to get into a rundown of what we discussed. Then we're going to get into the Q&A with you legends. So just one or two little things more that I wanted to just mention. Bits of news that have come out today. Alvaro Fernandez is joining Preston North End on loan. So we got Malacia come in. We still got Tellers at the football club. He might be sold off, I suppose. We've still got Luke Shaw. And so, yeah, Alvaro Fernandez is going out on loan to Preston North End, folks. So it's a good opportunity for him. Good luck to him. Let's get a cheeky little good luck to him, and hopefully he has a good time. Obviously, Beckham was loaned to Preston North End once, and we all know how that turned out. So hopefully he does well. I think it's a smart move because he's just not going to get any opportunities this season, really. So it does make sense, yeah, get him some game time, get him playing some games. Makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, for him to do that. So good luck to him. Also, apparently Chelsea have reignited some interest in Denzel Dumfries. So, hopefully they steer clear of him. As I said, Barca is still unable to register signings. Also, they've still got to, sell a couple of players in order to register players, as we've said. Christian Eriksen could feature in a game against Wrexham. What else has come in here very quickly? Oh, yeah. Samuel Luckhurst tweeted that Mendes is at Carrington, but Ronaldo's popularity is not waning with kids. MUFC Megastore Printing has run out of sevens. One lad in the queue asked his dad for a Sue 7 on his shirt. Oh, that's the Ronaldo effect, man. Let's put this up on the screen, guys. Cristiano Ronaldo. This is from Samuel Luckhurst this afternoon. Let's just have a little look at this. So that's it. If Ronaldo stays, how many shirts will I bet they haven't sold that many this year at all. For a start, we've only had one or two players come in. I mean, I can't imagine Malacia has been a huge seller. I'm sure there's been quite a lot of Malacia shirts sold, but I bet it's not a huge seller. Whereas if Ronaldo commits to the season, and Ronaldo's definitely staying, crikey, there's going to be so many people going to get a Ronaldo shirt. Everyone's waiting for that Ronaldo shirt. In all fairness, I'm not going to buy a shirt, by the way. Don't fucking buy a Glazers shithouse shirt, guys. If you are going to get one, get it from Dodgy Dave. You know what I mean? The shithouse Glazers do not need any more fucking help and just to line their own coffers, my friends. We got to protest in whichever way we can, and the only real way you can protest is by not giving them your money. That's really it. We love the club. We want to see the team do well. We support the team. We don't want the team to do awful. No, we just want the Glazers to realise that they have to give us what we want as fans, or get the fuck out. And at the moment, they're not. They still got us in debt. They're not paying that off to the level that they should be. They've still got us, in a poor place in the league. They've still got us not performing well enough because of their piss poor decisions over many years. Bad spending, bad hierarchy and everything. It's just not been a well-run club for many years. So yeah, hashtag Glazers out. Oh, Jonathan Gallagher has become a member of the channel, my son. Thank you so much, Jonathan Gallagher, for being a channel member. You what? Johnny Gals, become a member. Thank you so much, dude. Can we get a cheeky little Sue in the live chat to welcome Jonathan Gallagher back to the channel membership, you absolute long-time legend. Johnny Gallagher, thank you very much, my friend. What an absolute hero. One of my legendary mods, Jonathan Gallagher. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. You don. Can we get those love hearts in there? Thank you. Kate Cadet says, name the starting 11 versus Brighton, Piggy. Oh. Starting 11 versus Brighton. This is it. De Gea in goal. Malacia, left back. He's going in there ahead of Shaw in the first game against Brighton. That's my opinion. Centre backs, Slabo Maguire. And Rafael Varane. Right back, Dallo. Central defensive midfielder, Lisandro Martinez. Fred. Rashford, Bruno, Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Martial on the bench. Controversial? I think so, but that's what I think it's going to be. But yeah, thank you very much for your super chat there, Cake. MFO says Ten Hag should sign Declan Rice. Jong can stay at Barca as backup centre-back. If only he was a bit cheaper, I'd love him in this team, to be fair, but he's just too damn expensive, isn't he? 0 Degrees, thank you for another super chat, my friend. Let's get another super chat emoji in there. He says, Pig, last time we got this excited about a player signing was Maguire from Leicester. If you know, you know. Fair one, okay, fair enough. I mean, look, we're always excited when we sign players. There's always a certain expectancy. You expect them to do well. They often don't do well, especially at Manchester United. It seems like clubs these players do better at other clubs. They come to United and they struggle. Half the time anyway, not all the time, but half the time we sign players, it doesn't work out. I mean, Wan-Bissaka cost 50 million quid. He's good, but not great going forward. You've also got Maguire, cost 80 million quid. Yeah, it's crazy. People, it's crazy, isn't it, really, guys, how much we spent on some of these cash players. But I think we've got to be excited about Martinez. I think we've got to be excited about De Jong if these guys come in, because they're good players and they can hopefully implement and help us get towards playing a totally new style of football under Ten Hag, which is the style that he wants to play and that will be really good for United, I think. If he can get us winning games in the Premier League, just like he was in the Eredivisie with Ajax in the same sort of stylistic fashion, we're going to be loving it in a couple of years' time, guys, honestly, because his team rips teams apart, and they also score a lot of goals. They don't concede that many, and they play lovely attacking football a lot of the time, and there's high energy and high intensity, and it's what we want to see. So if we can get to doing that in a year or two, or 6 months, or however long it's going to take before we're truly a well-oiled team at doing that, then it's going to be good, isn't it? What's up there, J King? Ronaldo has to stay, says Dylan. United Tonight says, I'm glad no one wants Ronaldo. Hopefully that comes back to bite them. Good shout, my friend. Right, let's get into the Q&A. Oh, before I do, let's just have a rundown very quickly of what we said in the video. So Ronaldo is at Carrington. It's all going down. There he is, rocking up. And George Mendes is going to be having discussions and talks. Of course, with Ten Hag and just some of the, I guess, hierarchy at Manchester United as well. They'll be having discussions about the future and what's going to be the best course of action. Hopefully, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to stay. It does seem like, in my opinion, that will be the case. They'll probably announce it later or soon that everybody's committed and that Ronaldo's there. Maybe something like that. I'm not too sure. But Cristiano Ronaldo is a Man United player. He was only on leave because he had family issues, technically. So if he's now here to buckle down and play for us this season, get in there, my son. Can we get a Sue in there? I'm absolutely buzzing if Ronaldo stays, guys. I'd be gutted to see him go because I know that he's the type of guy that could get us 25 goals in the league this season. He is the type of guy that can fire us to a trophy. He's a clutch player. When you need a goal, who's better to bring on, or who better to have around, not bring on, but who better to have in the team than Cristiano Ronaldo? He's an absolute phenom. So the talks are taking place. Hopefully we'll have some very positive results to discuss in a little while, or later on today. Eriksen, Martinez arrived also at the football club at Carrington as well, which is brilliant, guys. There's an expectation that they could be playing and training very, very soon with us. We're still awaiting the actual official announcement, aren't we, from Martinez? Excuse me. But, also Eriksen, these guys, they are expected to maybe feature in a behind-the-closed-doors friendly against Wrexham on Wednesday. But we've also still got those 2 fixtures at the end of the month, which these guys can play in, Rayo Vallecano and Atletico Madrid. In regards to De Jong update, just some quotes from Fabrizio that Frankie de Jong's never had an intention to take a pay cut of Barca. At the moment, there's no intention on the player and his agent's side to accept a pay cut. And this was communicated by his agent to Barca 2 weeks ago. So they're not prepared to take a pay cut as it stands right now, it seems, which is good to hear because that's what they're asking of Frankie. They're also withholding money. They're also signing lots of other players. And they're playing him at centre back. So from all angles, it looks like they're trying to push him out of the club. And then also, Mendes is at Carrington, but Ronaldo's popularity is not winning with the kids. Man United's megastore printing, but as Ronaldo's number 7s. One lad in the queue asked his dad for a Sue 7 on his shirt. They run out of number 7s, guys. Then also confirming, still Fabrizio confirmed on his channel that you can confirm that the agreement between Man United and Barcelona for Frankie de Jong is still there for more than 10 days now. The fee is 75 million euros plus 10 million euros. So agreement's still there for de Jong. It's just that they owe him a shitload of cash and there's the delay. Right then, guys, let's get into the live chat for a Q&A. Thank you, every single one of you legends that's in here. Before we have the Q&A, smash that like button as well. Hit the subscribe. You only need to be subscribed for 0 seconds to chat. So if you're new to the show, make sure you drop a subscribe so you can get involved with the Q&A here. We're going to stick on here for a good 10 minutes or so. See what you legends have got to say for yourselves. Thank you, everyone who's in here. Thank you all the community who make this channel what it is by chatting with me and everybody else in here. Great community of legends, man, like-minded legends, and some city scummers and knobheads in here occasionally, but mostly 99% quality people. Yeah, nice one. Right, let's get into it then. 4 more signings needed, says Scott Berg. I couldn't agree more, sir. I could not agree more, sir. Like Spike, thank you, Mark Nurse. Tad Bates comments, Ronaldo of 5 years ago was worth all this guff. Not anymore. Really, though? Because he still managed to bag in 24 goals for us last season, 6 in 7 in the Champions League, and 18 in 30 in the Premier League. And he's still an absolutely awesome player. So I don't know. Still think he is worth keeping around. Can we sign Neves, please, says Josh Lee. If only, my friend, if only. Malp says knobheads. G-Wolf United Gamer says, I'm a knobhead. Apparently, KK Cadet is as well. I mean, yeah, you're not telling me anything new, folks. Vincent Bullock, thank you for the likes update there. 236, get in. United to the Dice says, I just heard De Jong will only join Chelsea if he leaves. What do you think, people? If he only needs a team with Champions League football, then I guess that's more likely. But I don't think that will be the only factor. It's a factor, of course. But what about the Ten Hag effect? Surely that's a big factor. And Man United be prepared to pay him big, big money as well. Jonathan says, Pig, some people don't actually watch football. I think if they think Ronaldo is wrong. Yeah, I mean, Ronaldo's clearly still a quality player. Liam H is a knobhead as well. Absolutely brilliant. So we've got a bunch of knobheads in the chat, a couple of knobheads. Most of them apparently are not knobheads, but there's a couple that are. What's going on there, gang? He says, do you think Man United will make top 4? Right, if Ronaldo stays, if we sign De Jong, then yes, I do think we will get top 4. But if we just got the current squad to go in on it, it's a difficult ask because look, Spurs and Conte, they're making strides. Chelsea signed some good players. Tuchel's good coach. They're still going to be in and around it. Arsenal have made some improvements also. Even if Chelsea, it's pre-season. Don't take too much into that game the other day, really. It's pre-season, but Chelsea still be in and around it. Arsenal still be trying to knock on the door. Liverpool are going to be up there competing with City for the title. So how many places does that leave, really? For United are going to have to really have a good season to get 4th. So, but I will say 4th place. That's where I think Man United finish in the league this season. What about you guys? Where did Man United finish? Let us know. I think it's going to be 4th. Yes, Nut says Bellends unite. Oh, yeah, Tad Bakes is happy with being a knobhead. Good stuff. Scott Berg says, I think 3rd is possible. I mean, it's possible, I suppose, yeah. Simon says, why not bring on Snabby in the last 10 minutes when we are winning, says Simon Warner. What's the point? He's a stack to SML, probably score an OG in that time. De Jong will eventually leave, says J. King. Meran says, I don't know if anyone will agree with me, but I think Ronaldo should focus on the World Cup as it's his last. He's won the UCL 5 times already, but never has won the World Cup. Stay at United and stay injury-free. Hey, fair point there, bud. Yeah, fair point. That will be important to him later this year. It's a very good point. I mean, I think he wants the best of both worlds where he can do that and still play in the World Cup. But I feel what you're saying, though. Yeah. 7th, says James. 5th, says Rushmano, or better as a result, really. 4th or 5th, says Master. 3rd, says MFO. I mean, he's got pressure on him to get 4th. He's not got to finish 4th. It's not like he's going to get sacked if he finishes 5th. No way. I mean, look at Klopp in his first season finished picking 7th or 8th or whatever. Like, it's not easy when you first come into the Premier League and you've got a club that's just finished 6th and was struggling. That's the reality. It's not going to happen overnight. So he's not going to get sacked or anything if he finishes 5th, as long as the team's playing well and we're doing all right. But I think that Man United, he will be disappointed and we'll all be gutted if this squad and this team can't get 4th place. He's up to it. He's up against it. It's definitely not the easiest of tasks, especially with this current squad. But reality is there's pressure on him to try and do that. Of course there is. Otherwise, we'll be in a similar situation next season. We won't be able to sign the top players. If we get Champions League football, it just means those top names are more likely to want to come to you. 6th, Chester, says Sim. 6th, says Malps. 1st, Ronaldo, 40 goals, says JRB. Love that. Fair enough. WH says not fair on Klopp. He came into Liverpool in October. We were like 14th. Okay, but where did he finish in his second season then? 5th? I mean, I can't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure it took him a couple of seasons even just to get into the Champions League spots, mate. So it's not an overnight thing. I'm pretty sure he finished 5th in his second season, did he? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a bit of time that's gone on. There's a bit of time that's gone on, but it's not like he's gone from... It's just not an overnight thing for any manager coming in. That's all I'm saying. It takes time. Chris Coos is going to be tough with Thursday night football, and hate to say, but Spurs and Arsenal Holland's looking good. Oh, yeah, that's it. Making new signings, having decent pre-seasons. You know, certainly Conte will be a competitive manager for Spurs. He'll make them certainly, I think, harder to beat than they were last season. JRE says 6th win the Europa League, though, says JRE. I mean, that's cool. If we can win the Europa, that's another route in there to the Champions League, isn't it? We've done that before, right? Liam says 5th. WH says 5th, just missed out on the final Europa League, lost to Sevilla. Remember, Leopards are still at the club, says Sim. Still think we're behind Arsenal and Spurs, says Malps. Ooh, I mean, I could see us finishing above them, but let's face it, they are also making strides, and maybe they have good seasons. 4th, possibly, says Susan. Spurs, perhaps not Arsenal, says Superstar. Yeah, good shout. Spurs with Conte and the couple of signings they've made, yeah. But Arsenal with Gabriel Jesus and Mikel Arteta, not so sure. Top 6 definitely, says Cody. Yeah, my brother loved that video, Vincent Bulling, man. It's a good one, that. Fire says Ronaldo, can't wait to hear that Europa League anthem, says Fire Up. Fortin Brass says the lost Europa League final. 308 watching, 239 likes, Bill. That's coming to the end of the stream. Big up. Thank you, United Till I Die. Yeah, great support. Thank you, everyone, for nearly getting us to 250 likes. You guys are legends. Yeah, nice one, Master Yoda. This squad should piss the Europa, says Chris Parker. Mickey Kramer's late, but hey, no worries, Mickey. Watch it back, sir. He says, what's up, Pig in the Bakery? Thank you so much for getting in here, though, dude. How's your day been? Peter Fretwell says Spurs way better than United this year. I'm not so sure about it. I mean, Spurs are Spurs. Even though with Conte and their good team, they've got great players, Son, Kane, you know, but they're still Spurs. You can't get away from them. They're still Spursy. They are going to bottle it, mate. Arsenal Hollands, they're still Arsenal Hollands as well, and they're likely to bottle it too. The only problem is that United are fast turning into a bit of a melter club unless we get back on track this season right now. Do you think Jesus might surprise us all, says Malps? Hope not. First, Ronaldo, 40-plus goals, Golden Boot, and Ballon d'Or, says JRB. Love it. 3rd would be possible if we have some better defence. Our defence is shoddy, says, yeah, you're absolutely right, Susan. It is not good enough, is it? Certainly a centre-back would be great to bring in, even though we've already got Martinez, because I think still questionable centre-backs even with Martinez in there because of the other players. And the fact Martinez is short as well. Arsenal are Banter FC, but they got Jesus on their side now, says Luno. We will finish first, behave, says Jonathan. Simon Warner says Spurs will never finish in the top 4. They'll finish 6th. Okay, but they did finish 4th this season, so they do have Champions League football this season. I don't think that will necessarily help them, though, actually, for the league. I think that will hinder them a little bit. But then again, we've got the Europa League guff, but we can just play like the kids and rotate quite a bit in the Europa, whereas the Champions League's pretty intense. You've got to put out really good squads, otherwise you're going to get beaten by the top teams. So Champions League will probably hinder Spurs in the Premier League. That's a factor as well. Salford, what's going on? Says Salford season ticket. How's it going there, dude? Superstar says Conte will have a better season, I think. Got players in he actually wanted and held on to Kane and Son too. Yeah, good shout, good shout. James T says we are worse this year. Pogba I won't miss, but still was an option. Matic and Mata played a bigger part than they should have, and we haven't replaced any of them. Well, we've replaced Mata essentially with Eriksen, but you're right. Matic hasn't been replaced. Pogba hasn't been replaced. So you are spot on, James. We haven't done good enough things yet. Peter Fretwell says, Spurs will be in the top 2 this year. You what? Sim says, Sir Alex at counter to smack the hands off Arnold and Murtagh. Get in. Conte's building a UCL team. We should not underestimate Conte, says Cody Martin. Good point. I mean, this guy's a proven winner, even in the Premier League and in Serie A. He is a proven winner. Susan says, Sir Alex is there to convince Ronaldo to stay. Absolutely. Pig, who's your pick in the league? City probably going to win it, unfortunately, because they're a bunch of cheating, money grabbing, financial fair play dodging bastards. This is Donny's season, says Angus. MFO says top 4 City, Liverpool, United, Arsenal. Interesting, MFO. Like it. Midfield will ultimately cost us if we don't address it this summer, says Malps. Jonathan Gallagher says Donny is gash. I love how much you hate Donny. I love it. Oh, man, I still prepare to give Donny a chance, mate. Hashtag free Donny. He did look ropey in that last game, but the game before he got an assist, he's clearly got good vision, good passing. Maybe in a Ten Hag system, when the team actually starts to take shape, we get that one-touch passing popping off real nice. Donny's gonna do well. So I say hashtag free Donny still. But he did look crap the other day. Aaron says, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, Aaron. Yes, please do like, please do share, please do subscribe. Good shout. Oh, let's go see who's given this a retweet on Twitter. Thank you to every single one of you legends who does that, by the way. It really does help out the show. If you're not following me on Twitter, please do. There's actually 9 legends that have retweeted on Twitter. I want to give them a shout out. Kane, thank you for retweeting. Transfers MUFC, Andy Davidge, Aaron Homeyard, the tweeter. I'm going to follow you back there as well. Anybody who retweets me, I'll give you a follow back. United Tactical Talk and Tommy Sampson, aka G Wolf United. Thank you so much for all you guys for retweeting it. If you want to help the show out, it's at the top of the live chat there, folks, or I'll just post it in there again real quick. The link. So if you want to help us out, go give us a follow, go give us a retweet. You know it makes sense and just helps the channel out a little bit. Thank you very much, guys. Right, let's get back into the chat. Donny plays like an under-18 player, says Sim. You know what? He plays like he's a bit of a lazy bastard. That's what I get from him. Not that he's lazy. That's actually wrong. He's not. Do you know what it is? He's just slow and he's just kind of like laboured. That's what I sort of... He's a passer, isn't he? You can see he's just a passer. But then again, you could have said the same about someone like Paul Scholesy. So I still got some hope that Donny is going to be good. Thank you, Mark Nurse, for retweeting it. You legend. I appreciate that as well, bud. Thank you very, very much indeed for retweeting that, Mr. Mark Nurse. And anybody else as well who's done that. Thanks for the follow. No worries, JRB. No worries, bud. Cake Cadet says, I would retweet, but I don't have Twitter. You should get one, Cake Cadet. You should get one and go along with your YouTube channel, lad. Do it. Donny is gashed as Arsenal manic. Slow debate says United I die. Pogba out for 3 months says Salford. Oh, I know. Oh, my goodness. I know. Shouldn't laugh, but I mean, it's just because he's just left us and we've dodged a bullet there and now he's gone for Juventus and now they're stitched for 3 months. Get in there, my son. No Twitter, says the trooper. Donny McFred. Oh, don't get me started, Arsenal manic. Martinez, first game centre-back or CDM? I think centre-back. Get the human fridge out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to pretty much wrap this video up there. I've just seen how long we've been on here for. It's quite a long time, actually. By the way, you'll be pleased to know, all the channel members, get your favourite emojis in there and celebrate this community. You'll be pleased to know the channel member outro has now been updated. That's right, with every single channel member on it that is currently a channel member as of today. So get in there, you legends. You're all on there. Thank you, Rushmano says, top show, Pig. Thank you, Rushy, for being one of those channel member legends as well, and for all the updates as well. There'll probably be some more updates pretty soon, guys, I think, in regards to United today. So keep a lookout on the channel. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon to get notifications, because if there's an announcement that Ronaldo's staying, we've got to jump up and let you know. If there's an official announcement of Martinez, I guess we're going to have to post a video about that as well. So do watch this space, guys. Also, we'll be back on tonight, even if there is no breaking news beforehand, just for a rundown of all the transfer news and dealings. So make sure you join up with the subscribe button, and also click the bell and get yourself in there, my friends. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We smashed 260 likes on the stream. Thank you, every single one of you, for dropping the like. I'm good, thank you. 10 Kang says, give me a smile. Thank you there, Kentang. Appreciate you, bro. Have a great day. Thank you, gang. Thank you, Seth Backrow, UTD Till I Die, Jonathan Gallagher, Liam, Arsenal Manic, Chris Parker, Marky Nurse, Vincent Bullock, John O'Connor, Malps, Vincent, Susan, Lively Sue, Josh Lee, Seth Backrow, Jonathan Gallagher, Rush Marno, Chris Koo, and everybody else. No, Chris Koo, actually, I'm not. We might do FIFA tonight. Otherwise, it'll be back tomorrow night and every single night this week. Simon Warner, have a good one. United Forever. Kate Cadet, Johnny Gals, TK, Gungshi as well, you absolute legend. Thank you to all the moderators in blue here. Mickey Kramer as well. And all the legends, all the chatters, all the members, all the super chatters, all the commenters. Thank you, MFO, Butters, Dizzy Red Devil as well, you legend. Guys, that's it for the show. Have a good day. Smash a like, smash that subscribe. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com, and I'll catch you on the next one with the latest United news, folks. Enjoy your day. Thank you all so much for tuning in and being a bunch of Bacon Brigade legends. Here's the new outro. Thank you all for supporting this show. Honestly, you've absolutely changed the fortunes of this channel in the last couple of years by being members of this channel, the hundreds of members that we've got now. So thank you very much. I appreciate every single one of you and all the viewers as well. Don't get me wrong, I understand not everybody can be a member. And in fact, if you're here every day, or not even every day, but if you're here regularly and in the chat and part of this community and watching, then you are in the Bacon Brigade anyway. It just means you don't have a green name, that's all. But thank you for everyone that is in this community and supports the show. Appreciate you all. Stay classy, guys. Have a good one. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. See.